Hi guys, and welcome back to another video Gaming with the Powers. I'm Jake, and today we're going to be doing a Kickstarter spotlight on the Kickstarter game, The Curse of Candelabria, that just came to Kickstarter yesterday. So I want to start by saying, guys, this is not a paid promotion of any type. I'm not being compensated at all to talk about this game. I wanted to talk about this game because I saw it a while back, signed up to be notified when it got launched, because a lot of things it looked interesting to me. So it just came out, and so I wanted to talk about it. And we also, guys, again, we are here to serve you and serve the community. And so we put a post out that said, what would you like more content? What content would you like to see more from us? And you guys said Kickstarter and game found projects. Now, we really didn't specify what kind of content that meant, so I'm hoping that it meant you guys like some of the stuff I did with Marvel United Multiverse, and so you want to kind of see our thoughts and opinions on what games interest us, what games don't, should you back or not back a game, and what do we like and not like about different Kickstarter projects. So we're going to bring more of that content for you guys. If you meant you want to see more Kickstarter and game found games, look, we are a small channel, right? And so we would love to have companies and publishers send us games, but unfortunately, I don't think we have that big of an audience yet. But that is not stopping us. We want to showcase as many games as we can. But look, guys, I got about 38 to 40 Kickstarter and game found projects that are set to come to us in December that I have backed myself with my own money. And so we got a bunch coming up here within the next month, for the next couple months. So you will get your game found and Kickstarter's worth of looking at these brand new games if that's the content that you like as well. But again, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you and appreciate that feedback. So again, if you guys are interested in hearing our opinions and what we like, thank you. I appreciate that. I like to think that you guys like our transparency and how honest we are, because that's what we're here, is to serve you guys. But enough talk about that. Let's go ahead and jump right in to this first impressions, and I'll kind of tell you what I like and what I'm hesitant about with the Curse of Candelabria so far. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we still got about 19 days to go. We got 491 backers, and we got 86,000 pledged out of 159,000. So again, this is the Curse of Candelabria. So what is the Curse of Candelabria, guys? So the Curse of Candelabria is a area control hand management type game where you're going to be deploying your miniatures in different areas, and you're going to get bonuses for being on certain areas, and you want to control the areas. You're going to be playing cards from your hand to activate different powers and abilities, and a whole bunch of things like that. It looks very similar to Lords of Hellas and Lords of Ragnarok, so if you're familiar with any of those games, you might see a lot of similarities here. So let's jump straight in. What do I like about the game? Well, number one, guys, what drew me to the game and kind of, what draws me to a lot of board games is the theme and the artwork, right? I think for me, when it comes to board games and backing games and buying games, that's the number one thing for me, is the theme and the artwork. I'm not so much a guy that is all about the mechanics and how a game is played. Shocker, I know that. I'm always willing to try any game and even give games more than one try and play through it a couple times to determine if I really like it or not. I'm very hard pressed to find a game that I don't like just because I just enjoy board games so much. So if you got a great theme and you got good artwork, look, I'm interested in your game. And so that's what we have here, right? This theme is pretty cool, where it says it is set in a realm where humans have been turned into candles by a terrible curse, and the kingdom is in chaos, and players are going to play a house, and these house of living candles are going to have unique powers and abilities and cards at your disposal, as well as maneuvering your army and your wandering castle. And so, let's kind of take a look at some of these houses, right? You have the Sinus clan, and this looks like a very apocalyptic hellfire type of clan. You have the Nova Vita Coven, which looks very alchemy-ish type, like alchemaic, if that's how you would say it or pronounce it. Poison type of clan. You have the Satorus Order, that very Holy Land type of house. You have the Rhoda Aurora, which is very Machina type of clan or house. And then you have the Luminous Knights, which look very like a steampunk cathedral type. So just the game in general, like, let me keep scrolling down, like, has this cool, awesome feel to it where, you know, and then you have like the different types of miniatures as well. So the theme is very cool where, like, not only are you fighting against each other, but then you're fighting a curse, and you can use the curse against your enemies as well. And so, like, the theme just looks very cool to me. So that's the first thing that drew me to the game. What is the second thing? So look, guys, I am a sucker for miniatures. And let me scroll down here when we get to these bad boys. Look, again, I'm a sucker for miniatures, and if you got great miniatures and they look nice, or you just got minis in general, like, I'm going to be interested in your game, okay? And so these miniatures right here, the moving houses, they look phenomenal, guys. There's a video down here on this page by King of Average where he's showing off all the pieces, the prototype pieces, and like, they look exactly what they look like on the Kickstarter page. Like, that's not sun-dropped or anything like that. So they look awesome. So not only do you get these wandering castles, but you're going to get like a bunch of different candles as well. You get these explorer candles, pilgrim candles, warrior candles. You get land flames, temple levels. And so that's pretty awesome. And then what's cool about it is, like, your little flames on your candles, you get to decide how many you want to put in there. So like on this little video or GIF right here, like, you see how you get to put the little flames in the actual slots of the candle, and it says like when you deploy a candle, you will decide how many flames the candle will have, affecting its resource cost, but also what abilities it has. And so that's kind of cool that there's other, like, you get to plug little pieces into the miniatures. I don't know, y'all guys might not like it, but I think it's pretty cool. But the minis overall is what drew me. And then the final thing about the game that interests me, or what I like about the game, is that it is going to have a solo mode. So it is a add-on right here for 24 euros. It adds a new high ground mechanic for the multiplayer game mode and solo mode with 90 new cards. And each of these solo mode scenarios is going to have a predefined setup where the initial forces of the house are extremely small and are confronted against one or two other houses scattered throughout the lands. The player with a limited number of moves will have to defeat all the forces present on the game board positioned around his goal, or alternatively defeat all the candles of the houses present on the board to triumph. So just having an extra mode is what interests me as well, because again, guys, I'm playing majority of my games with Sierra. Sierra is not that big a fan of miniature games, right? So having a solo mode of this, like, if I were to just back the regular version of this game and she really doesn't like this because we're having to battle each other constantly, you know, I'm not really going to get this to the table because I don't have a dedicated gaming group. So having that solo mode interests me because then I can get it to the table and play it solo. So that's kind of the third thing, and those are the top three things of why I'm interested in the game and why it has impressed me a little bit is the theme and the artwork, the miniatures, and then the solo mode. So let's talk about my hesitations here and some things that I'm really hesitant about. So the first one, guys, is obviously going to be the price, okay? So you are looking at 89 euros for the core game, which is going to be about 95 US dollars, okay? And then if you get that's just the core box with the candle miniatures and then all unlocked stretch goals, okay? For 129 euros, which is going to be 138 US dollars, they have an early bird 72-hour special going on. At the filming of this video, guys, we got about 40 hours to go on this. You will get the 6-player expansion, the solo mode expansion, and all unlocked stretch goals. And then as another early bird 72-hour special for 229 euros, you can get the all-in, which is going to be the main game, 6-player solo mode, the Armies of Candelabria, the art book of the game, the neoprene mat, and all unlocked stretch goals, okay? I'll take a look at the, we'll take a look at the Armies of Candelabria here in a second because I'm going to talk about that. So the price, this is a pretty hefty price, guys, but that being said, this is around the same price of this type of game you're going to expect, right? So I backed Lords of Ragnarok. That was about 99 US dollars for the core game. So it's right in that same area of what you would expect. But this game is coming out at a time when there's a lot of other really good Kickstarter games. Like we just got through with Marvel United Multiverse. If you wanted to go all in on that, that's $380, okay? So we're talking about, you know, the 89 euros, 129 euros, and we ain't even got to shipping yet. So shipping they got down here, guys, which is going to be about, let me scroll down here. So $18 to $27 for the core box for shipping, $20 to $29 for the deluxe. So if you wanted the core, let's just say it's 20 bucks. I mean, so you're looking at 109 euros. So it's right around probably 113, 114 US dollars for shipping just for the core box. So that is pretty expensive, guys. I'm not going to lie. So that's kind of one of my hesitations. It's how expensive it is based upon all the other Kickstarter games that are out in February right now is, do I really want to spend that for this type of game? The second thing, which kind of I talked about a little bit, it leads into it, is I have backed Lords of Ragnarok. So this game looks very similar and has a similar feel for me to Lords of Ragnarok. And my thing is that, say, if Sierra doesn't like Lords of Ragnarok and I back this game, then how am I ever going to get this game to the table? And so basically what I have to do to get this game to the table is buy the solo mode. So then basically, essentially, the solo mode was 24 euros, I believe. So the solo mode was 24 euros. And so I'm going to have to pay, what, if an extra 24 euros if I did the base game. So you're looking at like 113 euros. Again, I think I already said that. And then I'm looking at, you know, close to 130 with shipping. Basically just for a game with a solo game, right? Like some people be like, that's crazy to pay that much for a solo game. So that's kind of one of my other hesitations, is that I don't have a dedicated gaming group. So how often would I get this game to the table if Sierra does not like Lords of Ragnarok? So then basically I'm playing this game solo the whole time. And, you know, I don't think it's worth that money. Again, now that's up to you, right? If you haven't backed Lords of Ragnarok, this might be an interesting game for you, right? And so the feel of it is going to be very interesting. I would say if I had not backed Lords of Ragnarok, this would not really be an issue for me. But because I have backed Lords of Ragnarok and I love that Viking theme, this is kind of where I'm hesitant, okay? And the last thing for me, guys, where I'm hesitant or what I don't really like is that, and this one's going to be, it might be a reach for some of you guys, is let's say, you know, honestly, if I were to back this game, I would want to get the solo mode. Well, basically, guys, if I'm going to get the solo mode as well, I might as well just spend like $15 more and just get the deluxe version, which will come with the 6-player expansion as well. Here's what I don't like about this, though. The 6-player expansion comes with the Armies of Candelabria miniatures in it, guys. Okay, so what are the Armies of Candelabria? So for an additional 49 euros, instead of having the generic land flame tokens right here that come in the core box, you can upgrade these land tokens to get actual individual minis for each specific house. And they all each have a different design specific to that house. So you get 25 luminous miniatures. Here's the Satorus minis. Here's the Nova Vita minis. Here's the Rhoda Aurea minis. And here's the Cineus minis. You'll also get 3 Curse minis as well. And then the Candle Flames for the Curse minis. Okay? Again, if you're getting the 6-player expansion, it comes with these miniatures. And it almost feels like I'm being pushed or pressured to go ahead and buy for 49 euros all the other minis, because then I'm just going to have one clan with a whole bunch of extra minis and everybody else is going to have land flames. Now, I could use the land flames instead, but then, you know, what am I going to do with these miniatures? So again, that might be a reach for you guys might think that's a reach, but for me, it's kind of like, you know, I'm kind of OCD sometimes about that, and it's just going to bug me that I have one house that has these miniatures, and so I'm going to always want to play that house more often than not, and that house might always want to get played. So then it's going to be like, in the back of my head, it's like FOMO is going to kick in, and it almost entices you to want to buy this. So, you know, good marketing strategy by them. But that is the last thing that of why I'm kind of hesitant about the game. So again, guys, let's just go ahead and recap really quickly. Let me scroll back up here so you guys can see the game in full. What I like about the game is I like the theme and the artwork. I like the miniatures and the quality of the miniatures. And then I like that the game is going to have a solo mode. What I'm hesitant about is the price of the game. It's a very high price point. I'm also hesitant of how similar the game is to Lords of Ragnarok, and if I'm going to be able to get this to the table with the person I primarily play most of my games with. And then the third thing, that 6-player expansion that has those miniatures, for me, it's almost going to bug me in the back of my mind. So what am I doing, guys, right now? For me, again, I just don't feel comfortable committing that much money right now after I've already backed Marvel United Multiverse and have another game that's similar to this. But again, look, guys, this game looks very interesting, very cool theme. You know, it's got a lot of cool mechanics. It looks like you can play this game on Tabletop Simulator. They have that, so I'm definitely going to try this game out on Tabletop Simulator and see how it is. But again, these are just my first impressions, guys, in the first 36 hours that this game has been out. I hope this kind of helps, gives you an idea of kind of where I'm at with the game. As we get closer to the deadline, I'm going to probably do a should you back or should you not back for the game and talk about that. But go ahead, drop in the comments below, guys. What are your thoughts and opinions about the game? Do you kind of agree with me? Do you not agree with me? And, you know, as always, hit that notification bell if you haven't already and subscribe to our channel, guys. All right. Y'all have a great one. Bye.